Hello, check, check.
Real change, enduring change, happens one step at a time. Quoted one of the greatest minds in the legal fraternity, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Good morning to one and all present here today. The National Institute of Advanced Legal Studies, NIALS, established in 2002, was transformed into the National University of Advanced Legal Studies, NUALS, by the Act 27 of 2005 of the Kerala State Legislature. Since then, 17 batches of law students have graduated from this institution. Today marks the beginning of an exciting journey for the 23rd batch of NUALS, and we welcome you all to the first day of your induction ceremony. As we begin this induction program, I hope you reflect on the words of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg and remember that each step you take, each challenge you overcome, and each lesson you learn will contribute to your growth and evolution as the future of the legal world. On the dais today, we have Honorable Mr. Justice P.B. Suresh Kumar, Judge, Kerala High Court. Honorable Mr. Justice S. Siri Jagan, Acting Vice Chancellor, NUALS. And Mr. Ravindra Kumar D., Assistant Professor, NUALS. And lastly, we have Ms. Asha, the Examination Department Head. Before we begin today's program, I request everyone to kindly rise for the prayer.
നന്മരൂപിയായ ദൈവമേ നിനക്കു വന്ദനം സ്നേഹരൂപിയായ ദൈവമേ നിനക്കു വന്ദനം ബുദ്ധിയും വിശുദ്ധിയും സ്വഭാവശുദ്ധിയും മഹാശക്തിയും വിവേകവും തരേണമേ ദയാനിധേ നന്മരൂപിയായ ദൈവമേ നിനക്കു വന്ദനം സ്നേഹരൂപിയായ ദൈവമേ നിനക്കു വന്ദനം.
Please be seated. To begin today's ceremony, we cordially invite our Assistant Professor, Mr. Ravindra Kumar D., to deliver the welcome address.
Respected Chief Guest of today's function, Honorable Mr. Justice B.B. Suresh Kumar sir, our beloved Vice Chancellor Siri Jagan sir, all other dignitaries on and off the dais, respected parents, and today's most important people, 2024 batch. I know that all of you eagerly waiting to listen from our chief guest, so I don't want to take too much time by giving the welcome address. I welcome our chief guest of today's function, Honorable Mr. Justice P.B. Suresh Kumar sir. Sir, your busy schedule, you find time to be here at 8:50, and sir told that I should start the program at 9, and he should leave at as early as possible by giving some advice as well as experience that he had. So I welcome you to this NUALS family, sir. So I think Siri Jagan sir needs no welcome. For the time being, I welcome each and every members in the NUALS as well as the parents, once who your wards joined this university, all of you become the members of NUALS family. So I welcome each and every one of NUALS family to this induction program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We humbly request Honorable Mr. Justice S. Siri Jagan, Acting Vice Chancellor NUALS, to address the students and deliver the presidential address.
our Chief Guest, Justice P.B. Suresh Kumar, dignitaries on and off the dais, my dear students, parents, faculty, and my dear friends. I don't wish to make a speech today because our Chief Guest has to hold court at 10:15 in the High Court. Therefore, wishing these new students a good learning in law, I leave the stage for our Chief Guest.
Thank you, sir. Honorable Mr. Justice P.B. Suresh Kumar enrolled as an advocate in 1987. He practiced before the subordinate courts for about 2 years initially and thereafter before the High Court of Kerala and then the Supreme Court of India. He was designated senior advocate in 2011 and sworn in as additional judge of the High Court of Kerala on 21st May 2014. He was appointed as the permanent judge of the High Court of Kerala on 20th May 2016. It is a matter of great honor to have you here with us today, sir. To start this journey of our new students on an auspicious note, I invite all the dignitaries on the dais to light the lamp, requesting that everyone in the gathering kindly rise for the same. Please be seated. To honor the timeless tradition that holds a deep significance in our culture and educational journey, we here at Nuals perform the ritual of giving dakshina to our teacher as an act of gratitude, respect, and reverence. I request a student representing the Nuals LLB batch and the LLM batch each to come forward for the same. As aspiring lawyers, we are always keen to listen to the distinguished minds who have greatly contributed to our legal system. I invite Honorable Mr. Justice P.B. Suresh Kumar to kindly give the inaugural address.
President of the function and the acting Vice Chancellor of the University, Sri Justice Siri Jagan, esteemed members of the faculty, the newly admitted student for the undergraduate course in law, the parents and relatives of the students who are present, my dear friends. As a judge, I always consider as it my duty to be part of events of this nature, to encourage and motivate students in their pursuit to legal education. As such, I am extremely happy to be part of this induction ceremony. Securing admission in a prestigious law school like Noel's is not an easy task. I'm conscious of that fact. You must have put in a lot of hard work and dedication for securing admission. And let me just congratulate each and every one of you for the efforts taken to secure admission in this institution. Their parents also deserve appreciation for having encouraged their children to take up law as their career option. Especially those parents who do not have the legal background, for their insight in seeing the opportunities in this profession. I started my journey in law in the year 1983 after my graduation in the subject of physics. At that time, there were only a very few institutions in the country imparting quality education in the subject law. Those who were very, very interested and very much interested in the profession, those who have the background had the only option to go abroad to pursue their studies. And most of the colleges in the country, only a few subjects were taught. As a result, what happened in those days was that with the kind of instruction that they received from the institutions, the students were not in a position to enter on the profession after they complete the studies in the college. Naturally, they had to work going by the tradition as a junior to a senior lawyer. Everyone would not get an opportunity then. Only a few get an opportunity, and the success in the profession in those days depended on the opportunity the student got at the beginning of the career. Those who are fortunate to get right opportunity were able to come up in the profession fast, whereas for others, it was a struggle. Situation, according to me, has changed now. The importance of the legal education has been recognized by all concerned, in our country also. The kind of training that is imparted now in the prestigious institution is really appreciable. Now, the purpose, according to me, in the modern legal education is to mold the student to enter on the profession from the day they're able to come out of the college. But I must remind you on this situation that hard work and dedication that you have put in to get admission in this college, when compared to the hard work that you'll have to put in to successfully complete the course and also to be successful in the profession, would be different. The hard work you'll have to devote would be manifold. And your object in the college shall not be merely to complete the course. You should be in a position to successfully complete the course, for which you'll have to put in your 100%. I mean, your academics is one thing, then the moot courts, then the internship, and so many other things. So many activities are now part of the curriculum. And you'll have to just put in your 100% in all the academic activities, including the related activities, because it's a combination of all that works and makes you a successful legal professional. So first advice I would give to all of you, those who are joining the course today, is to give you 100% in all the academic programs. More hard work and dedication would make you competent to become a successful legal professional at the earliest point of time. In my case, I would confess that it took a few years after my completion, after the completion of the course, when I just started my practice, it took almost few years to understand what is happening around me in the courts. And it took a few more years for me to just be able to study a brief, understand the point involved, and to present the point in the form of argument in court after a thorough research. Situation has been changed thoroughly. I can just quote one or two experience also. How the children are now being molded by the law schools. During COVID period, one day when he came to the court, a friend of mine, a lawyer, met me and told me that a relative boy wants to work with me for some time. I said, why? Because he is a law student, he just wants to work with me. I said, why that? Because the COVID, on account of the COVID restrictions, the college is closed and there is only online classes, and he find a lot of time. He just wanted to work with a judge. I said, it may not be helpful. The work with the judge may not be helpful at this stage because he has not even completed the course. Then he said that he is in the final year and then he has got only 6 more months to complete the course. I said, okay, let him come. And the next day morning he came. By the time he came, I was about to go to the court. I asked him to be there in my chamber and then went to the court. During that time, I was hearing second appeals. After the admissions, I took up a final hearing matter. That was a matter relating to redemption. The second appeal arose from a redemption suit. And in 5 minutes' time, I got the point to be decided. But I was not able to get a proper assistance from the lawyers on either side. The argument continued for almost 1 hour. Then I retired to the chamber for lunch, and by the time I saw that boy sitting there, then suddenly it clicked with me. I can ask him to just work out, and then I gave a 5-minute narration of the matter which I have heard for almost 1 hour. And I asked him to just look up. Then after the lunch again, I just went back to the court and continued the hearing for another 1 year. But still, the lawyers who were appearing on either side was not able to just give me a clue as to how I should decide it. In the sense, they were not able to give me a proper assistance. By about 3:30, I came back to the chamber again. Then I asked him, without any expectation, without any hope, as to whether he will be able to do it or not. Then he said, sir, I have 2 judgments. One from the Calcutta High Court and one from the Supreme Court. I think the statement that he made was, I think it is almost on similar circumstances. Then I got those judgments and went through the judgments. It was surprising. Surprising in the sense that the case could be decided on those 2 judgments. Then I wanted him to be with me until his examination. Then he went for the examination, passed the examination. Then he came back to me again and said that let me just work with you, sir, for some more time, because there was some delay for the enrollment process, and then I permitted him to be with me. But during that period, I would tell you that the help that he has rendered to me was tremendous. Then I even advised him to apply for judicial service examination. He did not go to the court at that point of time, you must remember. He did not go to the court at all. I just advised him because I thought that he is the right person. Then he enrolled after some time. Then, as advised by me, he wrote. At the age of 23, he wrote the judicial service examination, and he is now a judicial officer. First time he got through, he is now a judicial officer. And those of you who are looking at a career as a judge, he can be the role model. He can be a role model. One more instance, paucity of time, I may not be able to give a lot of experience, but I have a lot of experience. And one more instance I will point out. Before my elevation as a judge, I went to Supreme Court to argue a particular matter. On the previous day, I had been to the court where a matter was coming up on the following day. When I sat there, I was just watching the judges as to how they are approaching to the matters, and a senior lawyer was arguing a particular matter. And one of the judges, one among the two judges, was a former judge of this Bombay High Court. When the senior counsel placed the facts, the judge who came from Bombay High Court suddenly said that I remember to have decided a similar matter. That is all he said. I remember to have decided a similar matter, you please look up. But the senior judge was not aware of the judgment of the learned judge. He simply turned his face to the side where a few of his juniors were standing. Some indications given. One girl who was standing there was just rushing back. Then the senior judge continued his argument by saying that I'll just deal with that point a little while later and I'll continue with another point. Then he continued the argument. 5 minutes passed, that girl rushed back with two judgments and hand over to the senior judge, and the learned senior lawyer who was arguing the matter said that this is covered and he needs an adjournment in the matter for looking up the judgment and to make further arguments. The point I wanted to communicate is only this. With the modern gadgets, unlike those days, you are able to access to the various judgments very fast, no doubt about that. Gadgets only help you to just access to the judgments. But to go to the right judgment, you should know the facts of the case. You should know what is the point that is arising for consideration. You should know what is the arguments. You should know how the judges have conceived, what is the doubt of the judges, all those points. My point is that this little girl, this girl was following that case in that depth, so that she was able to lay her hands on the right judgment at the right time. Those of you who are aspiring to become lawyers, she can be your role model. But as I said, you need not to be worried about anxiety. In those days, our anxiety was that there are not much enough opportunity for all the lawyers. A lot of lawyers are coming, but there are much opportunity. They do not have much opportunities for the lawyers. I can vouch that the situation is no more there. Opportunities in the legal profession is in abundance now. Abundance, you cannot even imagine the opportunities. In earlier days, in the district courts, you have only the criminal and civil cases. Things have changed. And only in the higher courts, in the high courts and Supreme Courts, you had other matters. That too, a minuscule portion of the High Court and Supreme Court work. Now, according to me, even the high courts and supreme courts, the civil and criminal cases are only very less. And other areas have come up, new areas have come up, the constitutional issues are more than other ordinary litigation, and therefore the opportunities are tremendous. And that all of you are fortunate, according to me, for having opted law as your career. Now, I'd like to say something now about the importance of the legal education also. About 75 years back, when our country got independence, nobody would have thought that we will remain united for such a long time. The reason, according to me, is obvious, that we were a country and we are a country of diversities. Diversities in all walks of life. Diversities in the religion, diversities in the caste of the people, diversities in the language spoken by the people, diversities in the social and economic conditions, diversities in the culture. With all diversities, we remained united for such a long time with all the challenges that we faced, and you can just see what happened around the democracy, around our nation and elsewhere. According to me, the wonderful constitution we have and the legal system built on the constitution is protecting our country, and I believe that that will protect our country in future also. As you all know, our constitution is a living document capable of being interpreted, of changing situations and changing needs of the country and society. The legal fraternity in this country is responsible for the interpretation of the constitutional provisions and also the legal provisions. The legal fraternity, consisting of judges, lawyers and academicians, according to me, are responsible for the proper governance of this country. The point I want to make is that you are going to be part of this legal fraternity at some point of time, and it is something that is a matter of pride. Coming to the role of lawyers, it is said in United States of America that the great judgments of Chief Justice Marshall are nothing but reiterations of the wonderful arguments of the great lawyer Daniel Webster. I must tell you that in India also the position is same. The vision of the great lawyers of this country and the way in which they approached to the social situations that comes up before the court as litigations, and their arguments have ultimately contributed to the great judgments of our country, great judgments that turned the history of our country. So then, as lawyers, according to me, you have a wonderful role. There are people in various other professions who wanted to change the order of society in the manner beneficial to society, but they don't get an opportunity at all to do that. Whereas as lawyers, according to me, each day of a practice is an opportunity not only to earn a livelihood, but also to change the society, the manner in which you want the society to be changed. This opportunity, I don't think that anybody else in this in our country would get it. There are people, I have just heard somebody saying that there are people who are just waiting for the whole life for an opportunity to do something for the society, but they don't get an opportunity. Whereas, as members of the legal fraternity, every day, according to me, is an opportunity for you to change the society, the change the wrong practices, whatever it is, whatever manner you wanted it to be changed. Especially, I'm just indicating the pro bono litigations and the various drastic orders that are passed by the courts in such litigations out of public interest. The last, as a tip, I used to give to the law students wherever I go, To be successful, this is my tip. To be successful, to complete as a law student in your degree course and also to be successful as a professional thereafter, you need only to be good at what you are doing. Nothing more. You need only to be good at what you are doing. Good at what you are doing, I mean, you'll have to be meticulous and patient. You will have to be meticulous and patient. If you're good at what you're doing, according to me, you will be great one day. With these words, I am concluding. Thank you so much. Once again, I wish all of you a wonderful, wonderful career in the legal profession. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing with us your experiences and words of wisdom. As we come to the end of today's program, we would like to thank you all for gracing this event with your presence, and a special thanks to our esteemed guest, Honorable Mr. Justice P.B. Suresh Kumar. Thank you for joining us, sir. And to the new batch, once again, welcome to Nuals. I request that everyone kindly rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
With that, we come to the end of today's program. Thank you everyone for joining us.